there, welcome back to another video. Hope you're all doing really well today. I am here with a much needed, well overdue garden video. I know so many of you love these videos, some of you are not massive fans of gardening, but I will be back with my usual content, you know, my normal vlogs very soon. But I just really I thought Rory was escaping, then he's not, it's good. I've got him trapped in here with me, the little rascal. Yes, this video was filmed over a period of quite a few days. In fact, it might be spanning over 2 weeks. There was so much to do with the gardening, and it's so difficult to find blocks of time, especially when Dom can garden with me. It's so much easier gardening with someone else rather than trying to do it all by myself, and he loves the garden as well. So I wanted to make sure we found time to do it together. It's a really nice way to spend an afternoon together. So yes, without blabbing on for too long, let's jump into the start of the video, shall we? So this is what we're starting with. I am doing a little voiceover because all my neighbours are out and I don't want them to know that I'm an absolute crazy person talking to myself, even though I am talking to you guys. So we've got lots of weeds, lots of buckets of weeds. It's just got a bit crazy. There's so many weeds in the paving stones. The borders are out of control. We've literally done nothing to the garden since late autumn, and yeah, this is the outcome. We probably should have done some extra pruning, but we didn't. We are still pretty much learning on the job. But spring is coming now, and well, spring is here really, isn't it? And everything's looking beautiful, and we just really wanted to get on top of the garden. We both said as soon as the grass is cut, it makes a massive difference, but until then it's just chaos. The grass was so long, and as you can see, there is just no differentiation in the borders anymore. It's just mad. And my strawberry patch definitely needs a bit of a weed. There is a ginormous weed and leaves everywhere. The Camilla's been sick everywhere again, and just needs a good bit of seeing to. Everything's fallen down with the wind, and I'm just really looking forward to attacking this today. So we just started off trimming all of the bits we could see that were unsightly, that had been annoying us for a while, like this bush, which is so beautiful at this time of year, and just trimming any extra bits that had grown last year and flowered that have died now.
I just kept moving on and on to someone new. I would have never understood that I had you who gave it all. Just a flavor of the day.
Every year we always forget what a big job it is getting the garden ready for the summer. It just takes so long, and last year I forgot to chop these daisies down a lot further, so there was so much dead, just like dead branches from last year, and oh, it was so annoying. So next year, or this year, I really need to chop them down a lot smaller once they've died, because this was so annoying. And the same with this thing as well, like, oh my goodness me. There's just so many dead branches, and it just made the garden look so much worse this winter. So this is a lot of self-seeded poppies, so I'm going to thin them out. I'm not going to get rid of them all, but I don't think we need quite this many. It's a bit ridiculous.
Wearing holes in the carpet, counting steps to the back porch, same song from the screen door. He was a score on a mountain, waiting for a sign of rain. Card horse with his head down, devoted to a way of being, but he broke wide open like a bird in spring.
It's looking a bit like a war zone out here. Excuse Dom's builder's bum. I've just found sweet peas, so these self-seeded as well. So I've moved the obelisk to here. We were talking about doing that anyway. It's probably going to be a bit close to the peony looking at this, but maybe I should move it a bit further away actually. But yeah, I've just decided to tie them up because they're quite established, like they're pretty big. They've done really well to survive all the frost we've had. I was just trimming back all my hydrangeas. I do have the big one right at the back of the garden to do, but that is another day's job. It takes so long to do this because there are so many branches, but this one's done really, really well and I'm looking forward to seeing it flower this year. The clematis over the house had died back. It dies back every year. I don't know why whoever planted this didn't plant an evergreen, but hey ho, it's fine. So I'm just giving it a massive prune and it will regrow by the end of the summer again, and then we'll do this all again next year. But it does look beautiful in the summer, so it's worth doing. I just really hope it flowers this year. We've left it till now to prune because apparently that was the right thing to do. If you think different, let me know. We are still open to learning new things and try it as we go. I started being really ruthless with these poppies by the end because I'd had enough of them. It was crazy how many there were. Literally it was like an entire poppy field. Dom just set about pruning the honeysuckle and just getting rid of any dead branches that were not going to come back. And I did the same in this border, which still needs some serious attention. There is so much to do in this border, but I guess with a cottage garden it doesn't matter if it looks a bit crazy. It's kind of part and parcel of the character. And because we didn't plant this, there are so many established plants and I just don't want to disturb too much. So I was happy with what we managed to achieve this day. And I'm just raking all of the leaves away from the pear tree and the magnolia and just making some separation in this little border. This border we kind of planted ourselves, so you can kind of tell, but there is a hydrangea there that is going to come back to life this year and I really hope it grows because it's going to make such a difference in the border. But just getting rid of the leaves and being able to see the ground again made a huge difference. And look at this, wow. I honestly find this the most satisfying part of gardening, when you just have to pick it all back up again and see the amazing work you've done. So obviously the grass still needed cutting, but I just wanted to show you the borders and how much better I feel like they look. And then we didn't manage to finish everything that day. It was a massive job, but we decided to cut the grass. As well, it was a bit wet the day before, so it kind of worked better in our favour. So Dom did his favourite task, which is mowing the lawn, which just makes such a difference. It's crazy the difference that it makes. Then he set about with the strimmer, just going around the borders to give them a bit more of definition, which does make a big difference as well, and I think it's one of his favourite jobs. So then I got some of this lawn seed. We didn't have very much left, and if I'm honest, I think the pigeons have eaten most of the seed now, but I thought it was worth a shot, so I just set about sprinkling this on. I just think this footage is so funny. I'm just walking around in circles, just scattering my seeds, but it needs to be done. We walk up and down this path multiple times a day, and you can kind of see where the cats run down the path as well, so it does get a lot of wear. We try our hardest to use the stepping stones, but it's inevitable. The grass dies, grass goes brown, and I just want to make sure we give it the best chance we can this summer. You'll have seen in last week's video that we finally got rid of this decrepit old greenhouse and got a new one, which will make the grass cut next time so much easier, and I just think it'll look a lot nicer as well. The swing is such a pain with the strimmer and the grass cutting, but yeah, we just have to take our time with it, and that's the only way really. And this just made such a difference, getting that really defined edge on the border. And then Tom started weeding like this. I wasn't sure I was a fan because they're just going to grow straight back, but what can you do? I need one of those tools, to get rid of the root. But yeah, we were so happy with what we managed to achieve these few days. So it's many days later and I thought I best finish off this video / finish off my gardening. I don't know how far I'm going to get today, and it might be a case of doing extra bits throughout the next few weeks, you know, just picking up a little shovel when I can or raking up some leaves. But it's so funny because since we last spoke, the grass has grown. It needs cutting again. And I am sure this has grown since the last time I showed you it. It's huge, and one of you was like, do not plant that in your garden because then you'll just get sycamore trees everywhere, so that is noted. I think it needs a bigger bucket soon, don't you? Some of the jobs I really want to do today are weeding the paving stones if I can, sweeping up all the dead leaves, sorting out the camellia bush tree thing, I don't know what it is, and my many pots of weeds need dealing with. I need to see what can come back to life and what is done, you know, what was just one season only, so that I know what herbs to buy from the garden centre when I go back, so that I can have nice fresh herbs all year again. That is the plan for the day. It is actually roasting in here. I thought I was gonna like be cold today, but I think it's gonna be a really warm afternoon again. So I'm gonna pop my hair up. I've got my two little buds with me here. He's absolutely, look, he's covered in cobwebs. Living his best life, aren't you? Oh, look at the state of you. You are a scruff, honest to God. So some little updates since we last spoke. My tulips that were from our beautiful friend for our wedding that I planted back in, I think it was autumn, have started to pop up. How gorgeous are they? They're like sunshine. I'm so happy. What I'm going to do once these have gone is I'm going to replant the bulbs somewhere else, and I'm going to get I think a climbing rose and a really nice sort of trellis so that we get something growing up here that would look so nice. We've got a little dandelion here, which I don't hate a weed. A weed is a flower that's not supposed to be there, but I think it looks quite cute. We've got these as well growing, no idea what they are. And I want to call these forget-me-nots, but correct me if I'm wrong. I can't wait for the irises to come up. And we've got loads of tulips popping up now. Look at these, they're so beautiful. Change of heart of where this is going to go. I'm never in the sun and I never use it when it's in there. I feel like if it's here, maybe I'll use it more because it's so secluded and lovely. Ow, that's another bruise. But like when you sit here, obviously ignore the cat tree and the table, it's just really lovely. But now I'm not sure what to do in here, whether to just use this as bin storage again. Not very classy, I know, but otherwise this is going to be my view. And I really want to put the table somewhere I can sit and have a nice drink, and I feel like there would be a good place, so let's just do it and see how it looks. Hopefully you can hear me over the wind, but I love a impromptu garden transformation. How nice does this look? Oh, so happy with it. For now we've put the bins in here. There's literally not many choices of where to put things. These things are in limbo. I'll explain the chairs later. And I said about these shelves, I'm wondering if I could keep them in here and maybe have some really nice plants on them. We'll see, I don't know. And then I've left the brown bin out because, you know, it's the brown bin, and then we've just got the table and chairs there. I'd really like one of those really nice bistro sets, but I'm not sure if it's really worth the money. We'll see how much we use them. But yeah, we got a 6-seater table, and these chairs are great, but they're super hard to pack down and put anywhere. Obviously we don't have like a garage, so yeah, they're just kind of in the way, but they're fine. And I'm gonna get Dom to move the mirror back over one, so that I can see the garden rather than the house from the house. I don't know if that makes any sense. It makes sense to me, but for now the reflection is reflecting the house, whereas before it was reflecting all of this, and it just looked really nice. Very happy with that. And I've just tidied up all the borders and everything, so now I'm just going to go up to the top, do what I can there. And the little greenhouse that I got, loads of you said I need to put something underneath it. When Dom gets home, I'm going to get him to do some breeze blocks under, like dig them in. I'm not going to do that by myself because they're quite heavy, and that should hopefully stop it rotting. But thank you to everyone who mentioned that. It was a really great thing. These bad boys are loving it in here. They are growing so fast now. It makes me so happy. Just noticed too that this has fallen down once again, so we need something better to keep this up because it keeps falling off, and that is quite annoying. But it's looking nice. I think once the grass is cut again, it'll look lovely. This area, obviously minus the bins, which we can never avoid. I think it looks really nice. We'll just have to look from this angle. Instagram versus reality. I reused these off the shelves, and I think they look quite good. Obviously it sticks out, but it's fine. I think from far away you can't even notice them really. So that's a good upcycle. I was happy with that. I just think the garden looks way bigger now. Like way bigger. I just got flew into by a wasp. It just looks massive down here. I feel like before the table was making it really crowded. Achieved. The best thing is this, like when it was in there it never got really any sun early in the morning, but this time of day it's just like when it's summer and it's warm, I just want the shade. I can just sit out here, read a book. You watch in like 3 months I'll be like, I had to move it because I am terrified of bees and wasps, and they just love all of the flower that is going on here. But we'll see. I really hope you've enjoyed this little like guess it was a bit of a transformation, and I've really enjoyed my afternoon and just, yeah, not doing it all in one day for a change, just tootling along and doing it at my own pace. It's so much more enjoyable that way. I need to have a look at what herbs and things I want to buy to put in my plant pots so that I've got them for the year, but it feels good to have got on top of all the weeds because there are so many. With it being a cottage garden, I don't mind like grass growing through the cracks. I think if it looks too perfect, it just looks out of place. But yeah, really happy. I'm gonna go make myself a well-deserved cuppa. I really hope you all enjoyed this. Hope I've inspired you if your garden is in much of need, as ours was before I started this, because it was crazy. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. If you want to see more garden videos, then I'll make sure I leave my playlist down below. There are many on this channel, including the original transformation that we did putting the grass in, which was huge. So I'll make sure I leave those. But anyway, have an amazing day wherever you are in